Hello everyone, welcome back again to another Thrift Flip episode because it's been quite a while. So yeah, without further ado, let the stitching and cutting commence. First off is a blue cardigan. It was my grandma's, but she gave it to me. And we're just gonna cut it in half, leaving us two tops after. So the upper part would be a cardigan as is, but cropped, and we're just gonna add laces at the bottom. And the second part, the bottom part, would be a dainty crop top. And you'll see how it goes. So the first thing that we have to do again is to cut it in half, and we're gonna work on the cardigan first, so we have to set aside the other part. And then after that, you just want to hand sew the ruffles or laces at the bottom. And I already have mine ruffled because I just got it from an old top. But when you have a raw cloth, you just want to fold it so that it would have this ruffly effect. And then when you're sewing, you have to make sure that you are sewing in the inside to have that clean effect. Now for the dainty top, since it was my grandma's, I have to have bigger size adjustments. What I did was I just flip it to the wrong side, then side by side, and then cut the part that I think was too big for me. And then after that, I stitch it back again, and when I'm satisfied with the size, I flipped it back again at the right side. And surprise, surprise, add some laces because I love laces and you just can't go wrong with laces. For the sleeves, get a lengthwise cloth. Mine is the silky one, and again I got this from scratch. And flip it to the wrong side and fold two edges facing each other. And to secure the folds, do a back stitch. This would be the passage for elastics. Also, make sure to leave a space in between because we want it to cover the tip of our shoulders. This is how it should turn out. The sizes really depends on you, but the cloth should be long enough to have a really nice and visible gathering effect. Now get a safety pin. This should be your guide to be able to get the elastic in easily. For the last step, cut a slant line in both sides and attach the sleeves. Always make sure to sew in the inside. Now flip it to the right side again and we are done. So the next one is originally a long sleeve, but I cut the sleeves off thinking it would be better, but it's not. I am planning to have a bustier top, also for the reason I've been wanting tops like this. So let's start. First thing to do is the bottom strap that would hug the body and give structure to the top. And in doing so, we have to measure the under boob area. Whether you want it to be cropped or to cover your whole stomach, it really depends on you, but mine is 2.5 inch ruler because I want it cropped. Then when you're decided with the size, cut it and set it aside. If you're looking for quite the challenge in this whole video, then I bring you this part. But don't worry, as long as you follow the lead, all is fine. Mark an inch from each edge. This would make the tabs for the attaching to be easy. Then 2 inches up from the bottom and another 2 inches at the upper edge. Then join the 2-inch mark point at the top. It makes sense, trust me. The measurements are needed for the perfect sizing, but if you still haven't get it, I'm gonna insert a picture over here, and this is how it looks with all the measurements on. But another choice you have, and if you want to make your life easier, just cut the fabric in a shape like this. It should really look like this, but also make sure it would cover your whole breast area. With the wrong sides outside and the right sides inside, hand sew a running stitch at the upper edge and repeat the same thing at the other upper edge. In this way, as you can see, our gathering effect has been made. Using a ruler, measure how wide your chest area is, or you could just get your own top and use it for guidance instead. Then pull the thread gently until you achieve the desired length. Also do the same thing to the other edge and tie the end of the thread. Tie the end of the thread when you are done pulling to your desired length. You should make sure that the amount of gathering is equal in all parts, so you have to arrange it. Then you can proceed on inserting the straps inside. And I wasn't able to film it, but that's basically what you have to do. And to end that quite the challenge part, just hand sew a backstitch because that will keep them in place. So this is how it should look like after flipping it to the right side, and then proceed to hand sewing the bottom edge. Now we're almost done and everything fell into place. Now the only thing left to do is to attach the bottom straps. On attaching the bottom strap, like always, flip the upper part and sew them together inside, because we always love a clean work. So as you can see, my bottom strap was a bit too short, so I hand stitched an extension for it to wrap my body completely. Now my only regret and fail in this top is that I made the tabs too thin, but you can't really see that because it's inside. But I do think that the wider the tabs, the more secure the top would be, because it would hold and grasp the bottom strap better. I also realized that this top is really not hard to make, but the measurements are intimidating, yes, but I do think that it's not really necessary if you're just good in estimating things. Nothing could go wrong. And also a little disclaimer, I got this idea from Fashion Wizardry. She's the best and she inspires me so much in this craft. And I thought that this design would go perfectly well with this type of cloth, and definitely I'm gonna make more of these as design and to be included in my small business, which I hope would really launch very soon. The last one is the easiest to do and the first ever dress I worked on as an outcome. So it's originally a really grandma looking dress, and I know I do be looking like a grandma sometimes, but this dress does not fit my vintage aesthetic. So I am visualizing a really backless top with a crisscross design at the back. Okay, so first I cut the upper and lower portion apart. And since the back part was plain, I cut it in this pattern. And this have a second layer because it's see-through, but it's just perfect. Then flip the right sides facing each other and the wrong sides facing outside, and then stitch it together, and also leave a little space for the straps here. Then still at the same position, insert 2 little loops inside. And the second one should be in the bottom edge. Then stitch them together in place. Then this would now be the holes or the long strings would pass. And when you flip it at the right side, it should be looking like this, and just ignore the side ruffles. Put the strings inside and stitch. For the skirt part, fold the edge once and stitch. Now this would be the passage for our elastics, and as always, do a back stitch.
Wavy.
Lastly, attach both of them together, and that's it, that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching, and you know the drill, subscribe for more videos just if you want to. And I've got quite a long list of new videos this coming 2021, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. Bye!